Hello, guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Living Abroad, Migration Scripted. Today, I want to talk about um, cultural shock. Cultural shock, you guys. Cultural shock is so real. So, you were born and you grew up somewhere else. For my case, I I was born and raised in Uganda, and then all of a sudden you make this switch. You move to um, another country where the people don't look like you, they don't speak the same language like you, and you're just in an unknown land where you basically don't know anyone or don't know anything about that country. So um, if you came to study, then you're in a school environment, and there's a high chance that it's probably more international. So you're just in a school environment, and if you didn't come for school, and if you came through another trajectory, then you're in the community. So what was it that really shocked you when you left your country and you moved to another country? So I will give you some of uh, a few, maybe 3 or 4 things that really shocked me. One on the list was the cycling habits here. In Belgium, cycling is such a big thing. It's such a big part of people's lives, and also just the fact that cycling uh, does not reflect on someone's economic status. So where I come from, you don't see rich people biking. If you see someone on a bicycle, high chance that they're poor. They don't have a motorcycle, they don't have a car, so then that's why they have a bicycle, and that's what they'll use. Here in Belgium, it was different. My professors were biking, coming to school on a bike. Where you're parking your bike is where your professor is parking his bike. It had nothing to do with status, so it's nothing that if someone is biking doesn't mean that they're poor. They just love to bike. It's just a part of the culture. They enjoy biking. So that was a shock to me. I was like, oh my god, my professor is biking. That's strange. I've never seen a professor well, where I come from, jumping on a bike and biking. And then if it's bad weather, maybe the next day you see them like in a Porsche or something. So that came as a shocker for me. And then the other thing was the long summer days. I remember one time I was just sitting outside, and then I started feeling hungry, and I was like, why am I hungry? It's not so late. Only to check the time, and it was really 9 o'clock. I was like, oh my god, it's really so late. It was 9 o'clock and the sun was still shining. People were still out going up and about, running errands, just hanging out and sitting out by the water. And it was just so strange to me, because again, giving my reference back to Uganda, normally 6:37 it's dark, and that's like every day. So if here, then in the summer you have longer summer days where the sun is shining maybe until 9, 10, 11, or even 12, and then in the winter you have like really short days, maybe already at 4:30 or 5 it's already getting dark. So that was also something that was a shocker to me. And then another shocker was also the food habits here. Here, people eat something very light for lunch, so they'll have like a sandwich, just bread with some vegetables and some meat, and then dinner they'll have something warm. Where I come from, we have 3 warm meals. Some people have breakfast warm, lunch warm, and dinner warm. So I was so used to the fact that I need to eat warm food that I really had an issue with lunchtime going to the cafeteria, and I have to take like a sandwich, and I wasn't used to the taste of the sandwich, and I just missed eating warm food, and then it was difficult for me to make warm food in the morning. So it was really also a shock, like, why do they eat warm food only once a day? Why can't they eat it twice? Or why can't they make more warm food? So that was also like a shock to me, because I had never really imagined that in other parts of the world people just eat one warm meal. They eat multiple meals. Don't take me wrong, They have like in between meals as well, but they'll eat on a one warm meal. Where I come from, if you see a family where they're only eating one time warm food, then there's always that conclusion of, oh, they're poor, they cannot afford to make to have two warm meals in a day, or three. So that was also a big shock for me. Um, what was your cultural shock when you moved here? What is it that you saw or that you experienced in your first days or your first weeks when you just reached here and you were like, oh my God, this is really out of the blue. This I didn't think about, or it came to you as a surprise. Um, Please let me know what was your cultural shock. Until next time, bye.